So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at RMRK and Bifrost BNC. These two have been requested by viewers over the past couple of weeks, so we are delivering as promised. So if there's something you want us to take a look at, drop it in the comments below and we will get round to it. Big thanks for all the likes and subscriptions we've had over the past couple of weeks. Really do appreciate it. The channel is growing. So yeah, keep it up. Much appreciated. So as I say, we're going to look at RMRK and BNC. We're not going to be looking at their BTC pairs as we have been in recent weeks because there's just not enough data. So instead, I decided we'd combine the two and look at their USDT pairs only. So as usual in these videos, going to be taking a look at strictly the TA, looking at bullish bearish signals, when you should have your bags packed by if you want to be an investor in this project for the bull run, and then some potential TP areas to make sure you lock in those gains and don't round trip and miss out on those potential profits. So let's get straight into RMRK first. As you can see, 96% down from all-time highs. This one came out right in the heat of the bull market, September 2021, and a lot of people FOMO'd in and it went sky high up to around $69, I think it was. So absolutely flying. It is now down at $2, about $2 basically. So let's zoom in and take a look at the local TA. So as you can see, as per usual, we've got a nice weekly time frame range to work with. So range low $1.65, range high at $3.17, and the mid range coming in at $2.41. And as you can see, we've already had a bullish signal on this pair with that bullish deviation back inside the range from the weekly range low. So as you can see, we broke down, retested the resistance, came back again, broke through, and then held it as support. So that's pretty bullish in my personal opinion. Any sort of accumulation in this range between $1.65 $3.17, I think it's a fantastic opportunity, especially when you see the all-time highs up at $69. Now, there's no guarantee we will get all the way back up to $69. There's no guarantee on anything getting back to all-time highs, but especially something like RMRK, which, as I say, came out in the heat of the bull market. So we don't know if that $69 is well overinflated or not. We'll have to wait and see. But you know, there are some decent TP areas, as I'm going to show you in a minute, which are a lot more realistic and you still get fantastic multiples. So yeah, in terms of bullish and bearish scenarios, of course, really simple. If we break back below the weekly range low, that's pretty bearish, although I'd be really surprised if that were to happen now with the state of the current market. Obviously, bullish signals, you really want to see a break of this weekly range high at $3.17, and in my personal opinion, you really want to have your bags packed by then. So as I say, anywhere in this range, especially in the lower portion of the range between $1.65 and $2.41, excellent accumulation area in my personal opinion. Of course, not endorsing this. Do your own research, all that good stuff. So let's zoom out a little bit and take a look at some potential TP areas. Now, as I've said in previous videos, TP areas are purely, you know, when and where you take profit and how much profit you take, purely down to you as an individual and your individual circumstances. And your method for doing that is also completely up to you. I'm just demonstrating some potential TP areas on the charts to make it nice and easy for beginners who may not have the experience, and just to show you how a plan to take profits at certain areas can really help with that emotional stress when, you know, the bull market is raging or you have those deep pullbacks. So don't take it as, you know, this is where absolutely you have to take profit, or this is where things will certainly turn around, etc. Find your own system, even if you want to take it at various big, you know, big intervals. So maybe some at big round numbers like $5, $10, $15, etc. Completely up to you. But I say just for illustration purposes only. So let's take a look at the first TP areas. So it's actually between two. I would take a little bit, I would be looking at taking a little bit of profit in and around these two areas, either at $4 or at $5. Big round numbers, and you can see previous levels of resistance, purely for the fact that you could take a little bit of profit at one of these, looking for a retracement, potentially have a bullish retest of the weekly range high, re-inject that capital, and then away you go. Or you could do three things with that capital: either re-inject it on a you know, bullish retest of support, you could diversify it into another project, or of course just withdraw it to your bank and treat yourself to something and have that money set aside, you know, for things like tax, or maybe you just want to treat yourself. So as I say, take a little bit of profit out there, something small, 10%, not going to harm your gains too much, and as I say, it gives you that dry powder for whatever you want to use it for. Then you zoom out, and this is why you probably only want to take a tiny bit, if at all, at those levels, because the next level you're looking at around $8.70. You can see the bottom of these candle bottoms here around October 21, that sort of consolidation before the big leg up. In fact, just before we do that, I just wanted to show you the profits, potential profits from today's prices up to $4, as you can probably imagine, is almost doubling your money at 100%. And then the next one up at $5, 150%. So not too bad at all. And then this next TP area at $8.69. Let's take a look at what that looks like. That's about 320%. So we're already in pretty big profits, and that's only the first big move. Once it breaks out their range, as I say, might have a little bit of trouble here around $4 or $5, but then it should be quite a fast move up to about $8, $9. Next TP after that for me would be these candle wicks and candle bodies in and around $12. You can see that was the support here in March 2022 before the final leg up, before we capitulated. So let's take a look at what a return to today's prices would be. That's 500% back to that TP area. Zooming out a little bit again, you could probably see where the next one's going to be, and it's just at the top. But you can call this quite a clear range between $20 range high, $12 range low, and a mid range probably coming in at around sort of $15, $16, something like that. But yeah, range high, $19, $20. You can see these candle bodies and candle wicks in that area. So let's take a quick look at what that would be. That would be 800% return from today's prices. So, you know, as you can clearly see, we are much, much closer to the bottom than we are the top. And the returns, even from today's prices, are pretty fantastic, if, of course, we get up that high. Now, I think this $18, $20 is a much more realistic target for price to get back in the bull market. I could be wrong. It may well get back up to all-time highs of $69 and surpass it. Maybe it does, but I think realistically you should definitely be looking at taking some profits up and around these areas, anywhere sort of between $15 and $20, because who knows, that might well be the top. Of course, I haven't got a crystal ball. We may go much higher. If we do go higher, if we do break $20, then I think it may well be quite a fast move up to the 30s, $40, as you can see. Not really much in the way of higher time frame resistance. Next key level for me is $40. As you can see, these candle body closes here, both in November 21 and December 21. And let's just take a look. Should price go from here all the way up to that price point, you're looking at 1,800%, which is absolutely crazy. So absolutely monster returns there, if of course it gets up there. No guarantees. And then back up to pretty much the all-time highs. I would discount this big wick here. If we do get up to $50, we'd definitely be taking some serious profits off the table there. And let's just take a look at what that would be. I need to zoom right out to actually figure this out. It's just shy of 2,500%, which, yeah, pretty monumental gains. As I say, no guarantee we get back up there, but if we do, definitely be taking some profits off the table. And that's why I mark out these TP areas, because as I said before, maybe we don't get past $20, and you don't want to be that person that bought at $1, $2, it went up to 20, and then it came all the way back down and you didn't take any profit. So a little bit of profit along the way. You don't go broke taking profits. Let's move on to the next one then. Bifrost BNC, a little bit of a simpler chart, as you can see, not as much detail. It only came out on March 2022, so it's not even seen a bull market yet, which is very interesting. So all on the weekly time frame, as you can see, 75% from a realistic all-time high. So this wick up here, if we just go to the daily time frame, was the day of release. So I discount that because that's a lot of bots and all sort of crazy trading activity. I would take it from here. So I suppose technically current the all-time high is about $1.42. I'm going off this level at about $1.24, and it's about 75% down from those highs. So as I say, much closer to the bottom than the top. Then if we take a look, we've got this nice range, weekly range low at 7.8 cents, range high at 50 cents, mid-range coming in at 29 cents. You can see that has been a key level of support and resistance all the way through its history, its short history. And you can see we've actually made a weekly close above it last week and testing it as support this week. So potentially a big move coming for Bifrost there. And you can see we've got this nice weekly bullish trend line as well, which remains intact. So bearish scenario would of course be break back below the weekly mid-range, break back below this bearish trend line, and then start coming down to the weekly range lows. If that does happen, of course, you've got a nice, you got more time to accumulate at the lows, although it might take some time. Bullish scenario is, of course, breaking through these weekly range highs. And once again, I would like to have my bags packed if I were an investor in this project by the time we go and retest those weekly range highs. So anywhere in and around here seems like a fantastic buying price if you like the project. And again, bullish signal is the fact that if we hold this weekly mid-range, which we haven't closed above since February of this year, looks pretty good to me. So let's take a look at the TP areas. There's only a couple, as you might imagine, with this small chart. And in fact, I've not even marked them out as boxes. They are simply the weekly range high. Break out of there. Wouldn't mind taking some profits here just in case of a rejection, and then you blast through that, and pretty much maybe you want to take some at just before $1, a key psychological level, and then the next level is that $1.24, and then we don't know where this could go because, as I say, it's not seen a bull market. So let's just take a look at what some potential gains are, even from today's prices. That, I mean, from the bottom we are currently 279% up. However, if we go from today's prices back up to the weekly range high, you're still looking at a return of 66%. And then looking at $1, just before that, you're looking at about 225% if you front run $1 slightly. And then if we go up to that weekly level of $1.24, you're still looking at a 320% gain. And as I say, we may well go beyond that because we've not seen Bifrost perform in a bull market yet. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. And of course, drop a comment below on what assets you would like to see us cover in the next videos, and I will see you on the next one.